Oh man, I am so excited it happened. A CG, a cargo CG. I'm just going to go down there and pirate everyone. Maybe I'll sit at the star for a bit. Yeah, you know, just maybe just for a while. Wait until that ship's gone off and found something to fight with. Yeah, I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit. Let things go past. Anyway, this is Oddball 1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. It finally happened. I wrote cargo CG. Technically it's supposed to be a mining CG, but when you do a mining CG for goods that people can buy, it's just basically a trade CG. It blows my mind that they would they probably set the targets for people mining it, whereas no one's going to mine it when they can buy stuff and bring it way easier. But some people were mining it. I've got to say, I did. One of the guys I robbed mined it. Now I had the usual frustrations that always happens when you spend some time doing piracy. I was very lucky because the PvPers were all having a PvP fight night in the system, so basically after a little while things calmed down in the system and they were all busy fighting, so I spent time just robbing everyone that I could find, or trying to. Obviously there's the usual frustrations. This gentleman decided that my demand for 5 tons was obviously way too much and decided to combat log, even though I did him the solid of, getting the NPC off his back. But as I'm busy with the NPC, you can see my hatch breakers work as siphoned cargo, so cargo will be spilling out across the system. Once I've driven out the NPC, I can pick up the cargo. Sweet. But as I continue to battle the NPC, I can't help notice but the PC that I hatchbreaked is just drifting lazily in one direction at one speed and not dropping any cargo. Yeah, I think he engaged that Guardian cloaking device, which means he's going to get away from me, which is a shame because a fully stocked Type 9 would have done me nicely, and in fact I actually messaged him and only asked for 5 tons. 5 out of a Type 9. That's going to be a very small percentage of his cargo, probably 1% of his cargo. But instead of relinquishing 1% of his cargo, he chooses to combat log. Well, that's the way it goes. Yeah, frustrating as ever, but there's nothing you really can do about that. Some people will just log as soon as they see you in open. I don't know why they would play in open if they're going to just do that. Like I say, the usual frustrations of when you try and do a bit of piracy. But all in all, I had a lot of fun. This encounter was really annoying, but it was my own fault. I interdict the guy, everything's going well. I messaged him prior to the interdiction. I did everything from a roleplay point of view. He didn't stop, so after I scanned him, I went for the hatchbreaker. I then fire an FSD missile to stop him jumping out, but unfortunately I timed it just slightly wrong and he jumps out a split second before it goes off. But I did well on the interdiction, I did well on the messages, I had fun, I enjoyed myself, and it was a good encounter. Unfortunately, the only thing I didn't like was the fact that when I tried to jump after him into Super Cruise, it put me in a different instance. Nothing I can do about that, nothing he can do about that. Hopefully it gave him a fun, bit of excitement as he escaped from his bit of piracy. As from my point of view, slightly frustrating, but hey, there's nothing this guy did wrong, and it was a fun encounter. Even if it didn't go according to plan, I was just a little bit late on the missile. If I fired the missile earlier, I then get the hatchbreaker worth of cargo, which is all I'm looking to do in this little pickpocket of a ship. Anytime you interdict a guy in an anaconda in this little thing, you kind of worried you're going to get blasted, to be honest. But there you see, just a fraction too late. But now it's time to put on the proper piracy music, because we have a proper bit of piracy. This was a brutal bit of piracy, it's got to be said. After my disappointments like this, jumping back into Super Cruise and not instancing with the anaconda again, I elected to change tack with my piracy and be a little less polite and a little more brutal. And this guy kind of copped it a little bit. He was in a dropship, he was quite newbie, and he ended up putting up a bit of a fight, and Once his shields went down, my missiles did do a lot of damage to him. I clearly stopped shooting to let him escape because I have no desire to kill him at all. This guy, fair play to him. I messaged him afterwards with the GG and he didn't respond, but he never sent any salt, and considering what I witnessed later in the evening, fair play to this guy. So I am actually going to make this offer to this gentleman. If he would like to come to my carrier in any ship, I will fill its cargo hold full of platinum at 5% market value. As cheap as I can sell it to him, I will sell him a full cargo load of platinum, and he can go off and sell it for 250,000 per ton easy. But any ship he wants to bring to my carrier, I will fill it full of platinum at 5% market value for him to say GG and what an awesome dude he was. Not only did he take this pirate attack stoically and put up a feisty fight against me, he also took what happened to him, which was absolutely brutal later. I think he got ganked by Atomic Tom of TOC, and he also got killed by the other guy I was in wing with, which I'll show you here now.
Frame shift drive.
So given he was brutally robbed and brutally ganked twice and never sent any of those people any salt, I am more than happy to give this guy some platinum. He deserves it. What an awesome dude. And like I say, he put up a decent fight against me. I made the mistake of firing my missiles while I was rammed into him, which damaged my own weapons greatly. But as you can see, those missiles, they're quite damaging against hull. And I'm like here now going like, please jump out, please, just go, jump out. Don't keep fighting. Go. I have plenty of your cargo to pick up, and I no longer want to shoot you. I want you to go, but no, you can come around. Okay, you're gonna come back around and fight again? Please don't. It's like trying to encourage someone to leave, but they want to stay, they want to fight, and I was really glad when he did actually escape, because it's like he still had plenty of cargo on board, plenty to do the CG, and yeah, so I was happy that he got out, and I got my reward in collecting quite a lot of cargo from him. And I've got to say, as a CG system, I absolutely love this one. The police response time was absolutely ridiculous. I set one limpet in play to collect all this cargo, and the police don't turn up until I just finish.
Eventually.
So here we go, my stoic one little limpet has been hard at work collecting all this cargo. I've been sat here waiting for the police to turn up. A bit concerned, because always in the shieldless Cobra you've got to be careful of the police. It is quite easy for you to drive to get shot out on this little thing. Even though I have a decent module reinforcement, they drop an NPC Anaconda on me or anything with missiles, and I can lose my drives pretty quickly. This thing is not for PvP, this thing is purely for piracy. I can put up a bit of a fight, but ultimately I'm going to lose to anyone in any sort of combat ship. And as you would expect, I'm in a little pirate build. I mean the Mark IV is absolutely awesome for this job as far as I'm concerned. It's non-threatening, it's quite weak, it's quite slow, but you can get as much armor on a Mark IV as you can on a Mark III and still fit cargo, collectors and hatch breakers, which is great. For a little shieldless ship, this thing can take an absolute kicking, and yeah, it does me quite well. And here I'm just in time to escape from the police when they turn up to try and scan me for this robbery. I gotta say, that's the sort of police response time I really like to see at a CG, and this looks like being a good CG. This is like the only night I've been down here so far, but I'm off for the next few days. Tomorrow I've got a PvP tournament to turn up to for a little bit, but I'm going to spend some of it pirating the CG and have a bit of fun. So hopefully I'll get more piracy done. And anyone who thinks I do this for money, no, I do this for money. This is all the wing missions I had stacked up on me while I was doing this bit of piracy. I do this for money, and I don't even do this for money for me. I do this for money for other people. I do piracy, PvP piracy, for the fun roleplay silliness, and that's it. I definitely don't do it for the credits. But I had a whale of a time. I evaded the police. This is B Great and B Bait and Psychotic Bob, and I think Cronus Morton trying to drop a wing on me while I'm trying to pirate the Star. And I've got to say, boys, I'm not going to fight you in this thing. I'm just going to basically wave at the police and leg it. This thing's not for fighting PvP ready FDLs. Definitely not. But I did have one PvP fight in it. Atomic Tom of TOC came over to get revenge because I put a video up of me killing some TOC at one of the recent CGs. And he's going to be really annoyed when he sees the video of me killing him that he'd forgotten about because he was so drunk. And but he came for revenge, so I'll leave you with that fight and say that's all. Enjoy this clip. Thank you very much for watching.
They're robbing all of the commanders.
Who's Remy?
I don't think it told me you're at 39% hull, and I'm at 100% hull. And you... oh fuck, it did. Fuck you, oddball, your accuracy and shit, like, I can barely read. That should hurt. Oh dude, I'm a fucking murder hobo, not a pirate. I don't have anything in here other than death and disappointment. Oh well, that's not gonna go well for me, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. That's what TOC do. That's what we do. Well, I've got 99% hull, so when I kill you, I want to at least make it look like I've got full shields. You slippery, slimy, 50 pence piece motherfucker. What's the fucking squiggle that's following me? Have you got limpets out or something? I don't have any cargo. Why are you stealing hull? I've got hull and module in here, that's it. Oh, you should did, buddy. GG, buddy. Yeah, man. I'm an asshole. I told.
I'm an asshole, and I'm proud of it.